Hello all, welcome to AutoBot YouTube channel. So today we are going to get familiar with two powerful programming languages, that is Python plus PowerShell, for creating a beautiful HTML report as you have seen in the thumbnail. So let's start our session. So let us understand what is the use case of this particular automation. Okay, so the use case is nothing but suppose if I have a set of servers, okay, and I'm getting the status of each server in a .csv file. Okay, so it may be part of some process, or it may be generated by some cron jobs or something. Okay, I'm getting the status in a .csv file format, okay, of each server. So the purpose is I need to consolidate all these CSV file to a single CSV file in a particular format, and I need to create a HTML report. Okay, so it should be a single consolidated file. It will be it should have all the status of all the servers. Okay, and it should be in a HTML format. And in the HTML format, we should provide the proper coloring, like the background colors and all, and the proper style that we need to provide. And the status of the server should get highlighted, like it's totally based on the status name. Like if it is running, it should be highlighted with green, and if it is stopped, it should highlight with red, and if it is suspended, it should highlight either with yellow or with orange. Okay, so this use case will help to create reports for our server health check status, and even if we need to track something based on our application status or service status, for all those things we can create a beautiful HTML report like this. Okay, suppose in a few of the projects we may be doing the health check status, right, on a daily basis. For all this reporting, this will help to create a automated reports. So let's go to our solution, how we can achieve this automation. So here we are going to use a combination of both Python plus PowerShell for doing the automation. Okay, automation of creating this HTML report. So how Python will use? Python will help to consolidate the .csv file to a single .csv file. Okay, so we are getting a combination of files. It may be 5 or it can differ. Like suppose if we are going to get more servers, means we may be getting some 10 servers, right? So for the 10 servers, I need to create a consolidated .csv file in a particular format. Okay, so for consolidating to a single file, we can use Python. Okay, then what is the use of PowerShell? PowerShell to create the HTML report from the consolidated CSV file. Okay, so Python will help to create the consolidated CSV file, and PowerShell will help to create the HTML report from the CSV file. Okay, so we are going to use this two combination of Python plus PowerShell for doing this. So there may be some different solutions also for achieving the same thing, but in our particular solution, we are going to use these two combination, that is Python and PowerShell. Okay, so what we can do is just familiar with a few of the important libraries that we are going to use as part of this automation. So that is the Python libraries. So the first one is Pandas. So Pandas is an open source library that is built on top of NumPy library, and it is a Python package that offers various data structures and operations for manipulating numerical data and time series. It is mainly popular for importing and analyzing data much easier. Pandas is faster and it has high performance and productivity for users. Okay, so Pandas is one of the important library that most of the Python developers will be using as part of their data processing. Okay, as it is mentioned that the Pandas is built on NumPy. So NumPy is again a powerful library from Python, and this Pandas is so fast and it has high performance, so it will help to achieve the particular requirement in a faster manner. Okay, so that is the purpose of Pandas. Okay, and again it's a open source library, so it will help to work on different data structures for manipulating numerical data and time series. So we are going to use this Pandas package as part of this solution creation. Okay, so what is next? That is NumPy. So NumPy, anyway, we are not going to use in this particular solution, but just get familiar with NumPy, because Pandas is built on top of NumPy, and NumPy is also one of the main module in Python. Okay, so NumPy, which stands for numerical Python, is a library consisting of multi-dimensional array objects and a collection of routines for processing those arrays. Okay, so it will help to create multi-dimensional array object and the functionalities for processing those arrays as well. Okay, so using NumPy, mathematical and logical operations of array can be performed. So mostly if we need to do some mathematical or logical operations as part of any scripting, we can use a NumPy package for doing that. Okay, so let's familiar with the next one, that is OS. So the OS module in Python provides functions for interacting with the operating system. So suppose if you want to get some values from the operating system, for all those things we can use the OS module, and the OS module will give the particular keywords for getting those details from the operating system. What is next? That is shuttle. So shuttle in Python is a module that offers several functions to deal with operations on files and their collections. Okay, so it provides the ability to copy and removal of files. Okay, suppose if you want to move one file from one folder to another, for all those purpose you can use a shuttle module. Okay, so it will give the particular commands for copying and deleting of files, or for different operations related to files and the collection. Okay, so these are few of the libraries that we are going to use as part of Python scripting, and let's start the scripting. So we are going to use Visual Studio for our coding purpose, so that is ID that we are going to choose as part of the scripting. Okay, so in the desktop I have created a folder called health check, and I have copied the reports. Okay, some sample reports, that is for the 5 servers I have copied, and a template also as part of the automation. So let me show you one sample report. So the name is given like this, the server 1 underscore 1. So here this underscore will help to split uh, this name for the header purpose for creating our template. Okay, so it should be like this underscore 1. So in the scripting, like suppose if you want to give some different symbols or some different pattern, you can use that, but same like that you have to make the changes in the scripting. Okay, but here in our scripting I'm going to use underscore for our scripting purpose, and I'm going to append some value along with the server name. Okay, so it's like server 1 underscore 1, server 2 underscore 2, like that. Okay, so if we give like this at the end while converting the file from CSV to HTML, we can use some regex functionality or pattern based functionality for removing these numerical values to some meaningful value. Okay, so that is the purpose of this. So let me open one report. Okay, so this will be having the status of the details, like I have taken some 10 services. Service 1, that is in running status, service 2, that is in running status, and these values are separated with a colon. Okay, colon symbol. So these things you have to consider as while you are doing this automation. And if you want to give some different symbol for this as a delimiter, you can use that, but you have to make those changes in the automation scripting. Okay, so this is one sample file. So same like that we have the data in another other set of files as well. Okay, so all these file report will be having similar kind of values. Okay, so all those things are inside a report. And what is inside template? So this is the consolidated file that we need to create using Python. So this is the template which we are going to use, and we need to append all the data from the 5 reports to this particular template. Okay, okay, so this is just the format of the template. So it is having the serial number up to 14 I have given. Suppose if you have more services, you can give any number of values. Okay, and the sheet name is a report, and here the purpose is to this particular template, I need to consolidate all the report values. Like here for the first server, I need to give the server name, and here it should be status. Okay, and service 1, here it should be running. Service 2, here it should be shut down or whatever it is. Okay, same like that. The second server details should get append here. Third server details should get append here, like that. Okay, so I like that. Whatever the number of reports, we need to append it horizontally inside the Excel template or to the CSV template. So that is the scenario, and for that we are going to use Python. Okay, and we have copied the template inside template folder, and let's start our scripting. So let's start creating a new project. So in Studio, what we have to do, go to file, then I'm going to create a new project. Okay, I need to create a Python project, right? So I'm searching for Python. Okay, Python application. Click on next. What should be the name? Okay, I'm just naming it like a report create. So we got the project. So what I'm going to do is just we have to import all the dependent libraries as we discussed at the starting. So we have to get pandas as PD, right? Okay, so let me try to debug this. So currently it is referring to this particular environment, Python environment, and Pandas is not installed. So I need to change this Python environment to some other existing one. So which one I can use? Okay, I have Anaconda. Python is available here, right? Okay, so I think I have installed Python in this particular environment. So I'm going to use this. Let's see whether it will work or not. So there is no error with this. So we'll continue with our scripting. So we have to import all the modules, right? So what is the next module? Okay, oh yes, I'm going to import. What is the next one? Import shuttle we have to import. Okay, then what we have to do? We have to declare the path variables, right? So I'm just naming it like a path name equal to, we need to give the path of the folder where we want to create the scripts, right? Okay, so inside this health check, here we have a report and template. So inside this folder I'm going to refer. Okay, so this is the path name. So path name equal to, we have to put it inside double quotes, and here we have to do one more thing. Like in Python we have to give a double slash, okay, for the path. Suppose if you're giving some path in your script, you have to give a double slash. Okay, so it's not required to hardcode this file path. We can change it later, but now for our testing purpose I'm just hardcoding this value. Okay, now what is the next task? So currently we have created a variable for other folder, right? Path folder. Then I need to create a variable for referring to other report folder, right? I need to create a variable referring to this particular folder, and I need to create another variable referring to this template folder. All right, so I'm going to create two more variables. So how I can name it? Like it should be path name concatenate then what we have to give report, right? So it will refer to this particular folder path. All right, same like that we have to give it for template also. Template file equal to path name plus template, then double slash, we need to give the path of this particular file, right? So it should be report.csv, report.csv. Okay, we need to put it inside double quotes. Okay, so that part is done. Then what we have to do, we have to create a consolidated file, right? So once our execution got completed, we need to create a consolidated file. So I'm going to generate a variable for that as well, that is a report file equal to, what should be the file path? It should be path name plus, I'm going to name it like a report.csv. okay, sorry, I forgot to put it in double quotes. Okay, so this refers to the final consolidated report which is going to generate, right? So we have declared all the variables which is required. Then what should be the next step? So the next step will be we need to make a copy of the existing template. Okay, so we have the template, so we need to make a copy of the particular template for our execution, right? For that we are going to use our library shuttle. Okay, so it will be like shuttle dot copy. From where we need to copy? We need to copy this template file to our path name, right? To this particular path I need to make a copy of this template. So shuttle.copy, and we are copying this particular one. Okay, so that part is done. Then what I have to do, I have to get all the files from the particular folder path, right? So from this folder I need to get all the files, like all the files from this particular folder path. So I'm going to name it like, instead of report we can give it like a report path. Okay, now it's more meaningful. So I'm going to get all the files from the particular report path. So it will be like a list, right? So how I'm going to name it, like file list equal to OS. Okay, so as I mentioned earlier, OS will help to get all the OS related functions. So list directory, I need to get all the files from the particular directory. Which directory? That should be this particular report path, right? So it means I need to get all the names of the particular files which is there inside this particular folder. Okay, so we are getting all the name of the particular files to file list, right? So now what I'm going to do, I need to create a data frame for the particular file, that is the template. Okay, so for that what I'm going to do, I'm going to create a variable. I'm just naming it like data. Then I'm going to use PD. As we know, Pandas package will help to work on other different data structures. Okay, so I'm going to use PD dot read CSV. Okay, so I need to read the CSV file, and I need to get the data from the particular reset from this particular report file. So where is report file get generated? Okay, so this is the file, right? So that part is done. Then what we have to do, we need to loop through each file, right? So inside the file list we have a list of files, so we need to loop through each files, right? So I'm going to use a variable like entry in, from where I need to loop through file list, right? From each file list I need to go through each file. Then what should be the file name? Okay, file name will be, so this is nothing but we are referring to the particular path. Okay, so this file name is nothing but it should give the entire path of the particular file. Okay, so this entry will be having only the name of the files, and this file name we are going to create a new variable just for referring the full path of the particular file. So what should be the name? It should be inside the report, right? So we have to use this variable report path, plus we have to give double quotes. Then what we have to give, we have to give the name of the file, right? So it should be entry, right? So entry will carry the name of the file. So that part is done. Then what we have to do, we need to entry, right? Then what we have to do, as we know, this name of our excel, right, this particular CSV, this name will be the header for each column, right? So this server one will be the first column, and the second column or second value, that is underscore one should be the header for the second column, right? That's how we are going to create the consolidated CSV file. Okay, so server 2 should be the first column and 2 will be the second column name. Okay, like that way we need to create. For that, what we have to do, we need to split this particular name, right? We need to get the name, right? Out of this entry, it will be having server 1 underscore 1.csv. So from there we need to get only the particular file name. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new variable called header equal to, what I need to do, I need to split the name of the file dot split. So it will be a string manipulation split. So how I need to split it, so it should be based on dot csv. Dot csv I'm going to split it, right? Then what I need to get, I should get the first value, right? So this header will be if you create it like enter dot split dot csv, it will generate an array. It will be having 0 and 1 value, so we have to take only the first value, right? So I'm going to index it like of 0, so it will give you the name of the file. Okay, then what you have to do, we need to uh, split again the particular header, right? We need to split again to get server 1 and 1 to separate variables, right? So I'm going to create new two more variables. One I'm going to name it like okay, domain value equal to header dot split. Okay, how I'm going to split it, so here we have the delimiter underscore, right? Then I'm going to refer to 0, so that should be our server name. You can name it like a domain value, or you can name it like something different like server name, like that you can name your variable. And what should be the second one, domain value, and here I'm going to give a domain status. Okay, so that should be the status of my server. So it will be like header dot split. Why need to split again with underscore, and what should be the value, we have to take the first value. Okay, so now we got the domain value as well as domain status, right? So what should be the next step? So we need to create a data frame, right? Data frame for what? Data frame for the particular file, right? So we have 5 files in the folder. So first file, it will come in the entry. So we need to read that particular file, right? And we need to get the data. For that, what I'm going to do is I just create a variable called df equal to, I'm going to use pandas again, pd dot, I need to read the csv file, right? Dot csv, and what is the file name? It should be this particular file, right? So this will give you the file details, the end-to-end path of the particular file, right? So now the data inside the file name particular entry will come to this particular data frame. Okay, so what should be the next step? Okay, so we have a data frame called data. So currently that is a null data frame, right? So I'm going to create the columns for that. So how we can do that? Data of header. So header is our the name of the file, right? So I'm going to use that header equal to df. So what will do? So inside the particular data frame, it will get the header name. So header name will be like server 1 underscore 1. Okay, so that will be the header. So it will be having only one column, server underscore 1, and below to that it will copy all the data from this pd dot read csv file. Okay, so what are the data inside that, it will copy to the particular data frame. Okay, so that part is done. Then what we have to do, we need to split the data inside the data frame. Okay, so as we know, inside each file we have data, right? So that is separated with a column. So we need to split the data and we need to put it to different columns. Okay, so this is how the data is currently there inside each CSV file. So it is delimited with a column. So we need to split it and we need to put it to different columns, right? So that is a next step that we need to do. So how we can achieve that? For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new variable. I'm just going to name it like new. You can name it as per your need. So I'm going to refer to this particular data frame, data of particular header dot str dot split. I need to split it, right? What should be the delimiter? It should be colon and n equal to 1 is the number of values that we need to keep. Okay, so n equal to 1 and expand equal to true. Okay, so if you are giving it like expand equal to false, means it will create some series kind of array or a series kind of data structure. But if you give it like expand equal to true, it will create like a data frame structure. Okay, so I'm giving it like expand equal to true. Okay, so what should be the next step? I need to add this to the particular data frame, right? So what I'm going to do is, so currently I have one header inside the data frame. So I'm going to create two more headers, okay, or two more columns to the particular data frame. So what I'm going to do is data of, I need to use this variable, right? So this should be the next column equal to new of 0. So here we are going to split all the values, right? Using the delimiter a colon. So it will be having two values. So the first value should come to domain value and the next value should go to domain status. equal to new of 1. Okay, so this column will be having the status coming from the report, and this will be having the status of the service. Okay, so that part is done. So currently we have three columns, right? One for the consolidated one, then another column is for the domain value after splitting this consolidated one, and we have the domain status. Okay, so now what we have to do, we need to delete this particular header, right? So we don't need to keep that particular column, correct? As we have split it and as we split into two columns, we don't need to keep this particular consolidated one, so we need to delete that. For that, what we have to do, from that data structure we are going to delete data dot data dot drop. Okay, data drop. Okay, what we have to delete, we need to delete the column, right? Columns equal to, what should be the name? It should be header, right? And in place equal to true. Okay, so that part is done. So as of now, what we have done, we created the file name for getting the end-to-end file path. Then we splitted that file name with the .csv for getting the file name, and again we split that with the underscore for getting the domain as well as the status. Then we created a data frame with this particular dummy file which got created. Sorry, we created a data frame for the first report. Okay, then we name it like df. Then we copied the data to this particular data frame which we created, and we name the column as this header. So that will have that will be having the full file name, or the name of the particular first file, right? Then we split the data with the colon, and we get a new array, and from that we got the first value to domain value for creating the new column domain value, and the we copied the next value to domain status. Okay, now what we have to do, we need to delete the column called header. So that part is also done. I'm going to write it to our report file. Okay, so a file got generated and I need to write to the particular report file. Okay, so this is the copy of okay, so this is one dummy csv file. Okay, so we need to copy to the report file. Okay, so how we can do that? Data dot to underscore csv. Okay, I'm going to convert that to csv. Where I need to copy? I need to copy that to report file. Okay, report file, then index equal to false. I'm going to save it, so there is no indent errors and all. So I'm just cross checking again. Okay, I'm copying this template file to this particular path. Okay, so it will be having report.csv file. Okay, okay, so that part is done. Then it's referring to report file, that is the, and we are writing to that report particular template. So the script what we have written is completed. Now if you execute, what should happen? It should create a file inside here, right, called report.csv, and it should have all the data inside this particular CSV files. Okay, so I'm just going to execute this, start debugging. Okay, no issues found. Press any key to continue. Let me go here and check. Yeah, So here you can see a new file got generated. So I'm just opening this. See, currently what has happened, it read all the data from 5 CSV file, and it split the data to different column, right? So server 1 and underscore 1 we split, and we created two columns, and here we have the service name and we have the status of the service, and again it looped through second report, and it again append the data here. So the appending is happening in a horizontal way, right? So it append all the data. So suppose if you have more than 5 reports, again it will loop through that and it will append here. So we can append as many files that is coming to that particular report folder. There is no limit for that. Okay, so that is one benefit with this. So we can scale to any level. And here if you check this particular CSV file, you can see this instead of status, here it is naming like a 1 2 3 4 and all. Okay, so once we are creating the HTML report, we need to replace all these values, okay, all these values to status, right? Here actually the requirement is we need to print the server name and we need to type the status, right, for the particular service. What is the status of the services, right? So all these values should change with the status value status. Okay, and we need to highlight these values, right? Like if it is running, it should highlight with green. Stop means it should highlight with the red. Suspend means again either it can be highlighted with the yellow or with the orange. So that is the requirement. So we have created the Python script for our automation. So now we need to create the PowerShell script for converting the .csv to HTML format. So before going for that, I need to copy this report.py file to our project folder. Okay, so I'm going to this project. Okay, so where it got saved, I'm copying that path. Okay, I'm going inside that, and I'm going to copy this particular .py file, and I'm just pasting it inside our health check. Okay, so now we have the Python file ready with us. So let's start with creating our PowerShell project. So for that, what we have to do is go to File, New, Project, search for PowerShell. Okay, so I'm going to create a PowerShell script project. Click on Next. I'm going to name it like a report. Okay, so this will be like a report.ps1 file. Okay, I'm going to click on create. If you want to change the location, that is also possible. So let me change it directly to our project folder, to desktop, to health check. Okay, so that part is done. I'm going to click on create. Okay, so let's start our scripting. So what's the first step that we need to do? So same like what we have done for our Python scripting, I'm going to create the path for our project folder. Okay, so I'm going to name it like okay, script path. Okay, I need to copy this script path equal to, this is the path of our script, right? Okay, so let's go to our next step. What is next step? We need to create HTML file from our consolidated.csv file, right? So I'm going to create a new variable to create a reference for that. What is this? I'm going to create a variable like, okay, file name equal to, what should be the path? It should be dollar script path plus slash report.csv, right? So we are referring to this particular file, so it should be health check, okay, then report.csv, okay. Then we need to create a output file, right? It should be in a .html format, right? So I'm going to create a variable for that as well. I'm going to name it like out file equal to dollar script path plus inside double quotes report.html. Okay, so it should be in a HTML file format, right? So that part is also done. So what is the next step? For giving the styles and body styles to our HTML files, we need to get the styles, okay, or we need to create the styles. But I have one default style pattern with me, so I'm going to use the same style. You can follow the same, so I'm just going to copy paste the style, okay. So you can use the same style in your project as well, okay. So this is the style, okay, style template that I'm going to use. I'm going to just replace this, okay. So this is how you need to create the style variable. Then what I need to give a style to the body also, or I need to make different colors like background or other things to the body part also. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new variable called body. For that also I have the HTML format available with me, so I'm going to use the same format. Okay, so even for this also you can use the same body layout, okay. So this is nothing but it will give the border details and background and other things for the table header and for the table column details, okay. So this will give more look to our HTML report, okay. So just now I copied the style as well as body HTML tags, so that part is done. Okay, so inside the header we have to give some header, right? So here I have given like a health check report, okay, or if you want to name it to like a health check status, you can name it like that, okay. Then what is this? Like suppose if you want to print the time of execution, okay, you can give it like this, like it is a paragraph tag, and inside that we have given the style for that paragraph. We are giving black color as a font, okay, and for header we have given some background colors and all, and the padding we have given like 20 pixel, and for paragraph also we have given the different style combination. So these things are customizable, you can change it as per your need, okay. So here I'm going to print the time, like at what time the report is generating, okay. So the report was run on, or the report generated at this particular time, and I have given a bold tag also, so it will bold the particular time, okay, time of the execution. So that part is done. So you can use the same style and body in your report generation as well, or you can use different style formats based on your wish, okay. So this is totally customizable, that's why I'm not going deep dive into this particular HTML syntax, okay. So now what's the step? So we have created a style variable as well as body variable. Now we need to convert our CSV to a HTML format, okay. For that I am going to create a variable for adding this style and body to our file, to our CSV file, okay. So I'm going to create a new variable called okay, dollar HTML layout. Okay, so I just name it like HTML layout. Okay, so how we can convert? So what I need to do, I need to import this particular file, right? So this is the file which got generated using the Python. So I need to convert this particular file to HTML format. So I'm going to import this particular file, import -csv, then dollar, I need to refer to that particular name. Okay, then what I have to do, I need to convert this to HTML file, right? For that we have the keyword available in the PowerShell, that is convert to hyphen HTML. Okay, so here you can see the function which got referred by the Visual Studio. Okay, so I'm going to select that one, HTML. Then what I need to do, I need to give the style for the heading as well as to the body, right? So what I need to do is I need to give hyphen header and I need to add the style, right? So this is the style which I created for the header, so I'm going to add that particular style. Okay, style. Okay, now what I need to do, to the body I need to add the style, right? So dollar body. Okay, then how I need to do the other changes. Okay, so currently we have added the style as well as the body style to the body layout, and we have added the convert to HTML tag for converting this to a HTML file, right? Now what we have to do, we need to make some changes, right? As I mentioned, like we need to convert those numerical value like 1 2 3 to the name status, and we need to make the changes to the colors also. Like suppose if it is running, we need to convert that to a green color, right? So for that what we have to do, we have to loop through each line, and we need to convert, or we need to replace the particular tag, HTML tag, with the particular style, right? So for that what we have to do, we need to go for a loop for each loop. Okay, then I'm starting the bracket. Then what we have to do, we need to give dollar, okay, then underscore. Okay, then I need to replace the value. Okay, so you need to closely see what is going to happen. I'm going to use the replace command. Okay, hyphen replace. So what I need to replace, so currently the particular CSV got converted to HTML file, right? Or to HTML tag it got converted. Okay, so those tag value I need to change, right? So for each cell it will be like a TD, okay, TB, and if the status is like a running, this will be the default layout, the current stage. Okay, at the current stage this will be the tag value, TD running, and bracket underscore, sorry, backslash TD. Okay, so this will be the HTML layout for the running status. So wherever inside this particular HTML values or HTML tag, if it found this TD running and closing of this TD, it has to replace that with a background color, right? So for that what we have to do, we have to replace that with a TD, and we need to give a style for that. Like for that particular cell I need to give a style, right? What should be the style? I need to give a background color, background color. Okay, so I'm going to use the tag style. Inside that I'm going to give the attribute background color, and what should be the background color that I need to give. Okay, suppose if it's running, right, I'm going to give it like a green. I'm just putting the single quote. Okay, then I need to close the TD tag. Then I need to type running then I need to close. Okay, so that is done, right? So that part is done. So whenever it will execute for each, identification, it will replace that with this green color. Okay, so whenever it found this running, it will replace with a green background and running tagline. Okay, so this is how we need to replace. And if you want to replace it for other status like shutdown, suspend and all, we need to add the set of lines. So how we can do that? We need to use a symbol below to the tilde symbol. Okay, so that one I'm going to use, that is for adding more lines. Okay, so I'm going to copy paste the same thing. I'm going to copy paste the same thing, and here instead of stopped, what I have to give, instead of stopped I need to change it with red. Okay, and here also it should be stopped. Okay, so here wherever it identifies the stopped, it will convert the background to red and it will add the label stopped. Or if you want to change it to something different like a shutdown, you just need to change this label. Okay, again I'm pasting. Then here whenever I'm identifying suspended, I need to change that to okay, I am changing that to orange, and the value should be suspended. Okay, so this is how you need to do. So hope this is clear. Then anything else pending? No, right? So okay, so we are replacing everything now to stop suspended. And what we have to do, so currently the loop will get closed here. So once everything got completed, it will replace all the value and all the HTML tag will be there inside HTML layout, right? Then we need to convert this to a HTML file, right? For that, what we have to do, HTML layout, okay, then out file, then hyphen, where is the file path? The file path is nothing but the variable which we created, that is out file. Alright, so I'm going to give this variable, so it will create a new HTML variable inside this particular folder, okay, with the name report.html. I'm just saving this. Okay, so our scripting is completed. So what we have done, we created a variable for our folder, base folder, then created a variable for our reference CSV file, that is report.csv, and we need to convert this report.csv to a HTML file, right? For that we created a new variable called out file for the report.html path. Okay, then we created a style and we created a style for the body. Then using this particular syntax, like we created a variable for the HTML layout, then we imported the CSV file using import -csv. Then we give the file name, that the file which we created using Python. Then we use the command convert to HTML, then -head, and we give the style for the header, and using tag body we give the style for the body. And after that we loop through each row and or each value, and we updated the running to green color and stop to red color and suspended to orange color. Okay, so once everything got completed, once all the replacing got completed, we created the report.html file by using out file and giving the file path. Okay, so this is how you need to create the HTML file report. So let's see how it is going to work. Going to debug. Okay, no issues found. I think the execution got completed. Let's go to our folder. It's health check. Okay, now you can see a report got generated. let's see what is the status of the report. I'm just opening the report. Why there is no data? File got created, but there is no data inside our file. So let's check what has happened. Okay, file path and out file is report.html. Okay, so that is done. Then we are adding this HTML layout to out file hyphen file path. Okay, so that is also correct. Okay, so what is the issue here? Okay, we added the style. Okay, HTML layout equal to import hyphen CSV. We imported our file, that is report.csv. Okay, let's check whether that file is there. Health check, and I'm just checking the file format. Okay, that is a CSV only. What is the file path? File path is also correct, and the report name is report.csv. That is also correct. Then script path plus report.html. Okay, we created the body and we appended that. Then we convert to HTML. Then we added the head. Okay, that is okay. I think here some error is there inside the body. You have to use a hyphen. Okay, that's why it highlighted with a light blue color. So let's try running it again. Okay, so the execution is completed. We'll go to our report. We'll see. Yeah, now you can see it got created. It got created, but it has some duplicate tags which got came, right, and the replacing is not proper. Mm, okay, TD background color, right? I think something we missed here. Okay, here you can see I forgot to put the opening bracket. Okay, that's why we got that error. I'm just adding that again. Just try to execute debug, start debugging. Just refresh this report. Yeah, now you can see our report got generated. So the running status now highlighted with green, and suspended highlighted with orange, and shutdown highlighted with red color. Okay, so everything is done perfectly, and here you can see at what time it got executed. All those details are tagged here, and what is the header for that? Health check status. So these details we provided inside the style, right? Sorry, inside the body style we have given that. So all those things came here, but here if you check, we need to replace this numerical value to status, right? For that, what we have to do, we need to use the pattern or regular expression for replacing all these values with a status. Okay, so let's go to the studio. I'm going to create a pattern, so I'm just naming it like a pattern. Then how the tag value will be like, it will be like it's going for header, right? So it will be like th Okay, then what should be the expression? So we are going to create a pattern for the usage of a pattern identification inside the HTML file. We like, okay, A to Z, A to Z. Okay, I'm just closing the bracket. Okay, fine. Then what we need to do is I'm going to add one more replace command. Hyphen replace. What I need to replace? I need to replace the particular pattern, right? Pattern with tag value will be like a th and should be status, right? So this should work fine. So here what will happen is it will try to identify this particular pattern. So it will be like wherever if we have a numeric value inside the particular th tag. So it's not like this particular alphabetic value. Whenever it find a value inside the header, uh, those pattern we need to replace with the th and status. Okay, so this is how we need to replace those values. I'm just going to save it, go to debug and start debugging. Okay, so the execution got completed. Try to refresh this report. Yeah, now you can see all those numerical values got changed to status. Okay, so now our scripting is completed. I have copied this PowerShell code also to our health checker folder. Okay, so suppose if I need to execute both this Python script as well as a PowerShell script in a single instance, like instead of running our Python for creating CSV and PowerShell for creating our report into a different execution, I'm going to create a batch file for including both these scripts to a single file. Okay, so I'm going to Notepad. I'm going to save it as desktop health check. Okay, so I'm going to name it like a runner. It should be a batch file, right? Yeah, so it should be batch file. Just to save it. And what should be the comment? So first, what we have to do, we need to set the location of our folder, right? So I'm giving set location equal to what should be our folder path. Our folder path is this particular thing. Inside that I need to refer the files, right? So that part is done. Then I need to execute the Python script, right? So where I can find the Python? So for that I need to go to okay, I need to go to C drive. Then inside that users, then where it will be inside my user. Then I'll have to go to app data. Then it should be under local. Then where we can find it? Okay, inside programs we have a Python saved, and I'm going to refer to 37-32. Okay, here I can see python.exe file. Okay, so I'm just copying the path, just paste it, and python.exe, that is my Python path, right? And here I need to give the location of report1.py. So it's like location / report.py. Okay, so that part is done. So if you execute this, it will execute the report.py and it will generate the consolidated or CSV file. Then what's the next step? We need to call up the PowerShell, right? For that, I'm going to type PowerShell hyphen command, then inside double quotes ampersand, and in single quotes, what is the location? Location, just close it. Then what is the uh, Python file? So I need to go to, sorry, what's a PowerShell file? So I need to go inside here. It is report.ps1, right? Report.ps1. Report.ps1. So it should be in capital. So the file name is report.ps1. Right? So that part is done. So let me try to execute this batch file and see whether it is working or not. Okay, so did we miss something? Yes, because we opened the double quotes and single quotes and we forgot to close it. So now that is done. So I'm going inside our project folder. We have runner.bat file. Let me run it again. Yeah, now the execution got run successfully, and let's go to our report. Yes, so now you can see the health checker status report. So this is how you can create a batch file for executing both Python and PowerShell inside a single batch file. So if you want to integrate this as part of any pipeline like CI/CD pipeline, you can use this batch file for doing that and generating a HTML report. Okay, so hope this video is interesting and useful for you. So thanks for watching. Bye.